With fans outraged and more, this is Pro Wrestling Central. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. At the Night of Champions kickoff show, CM Punk was asked by a fan to apologize for an old tweet of his aimed at The Miz in Saudi Arabia. Punk replied, "This guy wants me to apologize for a mean tweet I wrote 6 years ago. Hey, listen, legitimately had nothing to do with Saudi Arabia. I woke up and I was crabby. I wrote a mean tweet to The Miz. I apologized to The Miz. And sir, what's your name? Muhammad? Muhammad, I sincerely apologize to you, and I love Saudi Arabia." According to Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, this moment was not authentic, as he said, that obviously was planted. I mean, that never, you know what I mean? It's really interesting how, whatever it was, obviously somebody wanted him to apologize, and he did, because he's not exactly the apologetic type for one thing. I thought he came off just horrible. They made him apologize. Triple H was like, oh, it's so grown up of him to apologize. And it's like, perfect. But whatever. I just thought, it couldn't be worse. But it's wrestling and it's to be expected. Major League Wrestling star Alexander Hammerstone took to X to send a message in regards to wrestlers listening to toxic fans.
No matter what you do in professional wrestling, there's always going to be fans trying to minimize it and make you feel small about it and insignificant. And it's like, just realize, if you've wrestled for TNA or NXT or MLW or NWA or AAA or CMLL or, Rev Pro or Noah or any of these companies, if you've even wrestled there, you are probably in the top 1% of wrestlers. Because there are 1,000 wrestlers in my state who are scratching and clawing and would kill for one of those opportunities. It's like, until you main event WrestleMania, people are going to talk shit and act like what you're doing doesn't matter. And then even if you do main event WrestleMania, someone's going to say your match sucked anyways. And the thing is, most people who want to be a professional wrestler never even try. And then the large percentage of people who do try quit before they do it. The large percentage of people who actually do start doing it never make it out of their hometown. So don't let some jerk off on the internet diminish next time you accomplish something cool. Because like I said, if you're making it out of state, if you're making it to some of these bigger promotions, if you've wrestled on TV, even if you had a fucking dark match and got beaten 2 minutes, you're still in the top 1%. I'm not saying that's where you should be satisfied, but it's like, no matter what I do, no matter how happy I am and how proud I am of achievement, you scroll into Twitter and someone's like, oh, wow, you're wrestling there. How embarrassing, as they type it with their fucking Cheeto dust on their fingers from their mom's basement. So, food for thought.
After Giulia won the Women's United States title from Zelina Vega on SmackDown on June 27th, Bryan Alvarez said this about her status in WWE, noting on Wrestling Observer Radio, SmackDown, Giulia did win the Women's US title and just beat her. It was like just a short match, dominated the match, hit her move, pinned her. She is the new United States champion. Dave Meltzer added, if you're slotting women stars, they're not anywhere near the same level. Vega was, one of those, to give people belts, right? But they're not serious about them at that level. Giulia is like someone who they're grooming to be like one of the top stars. On X, Cody Rhodes posted a picture of himself after winning the King of the Ring tournament, as one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Xavier Woods, replied, saying this.
Happy Night of Champions. And I got something to say to everybody that had the chance to compete in this year's King of the Ring tournament, and that is simply, you're welcome. Because whether you want to admit it or not, I am the reason that dead tournament is back. I'm the reason that you're watching it tonight. I'm the reason that people now get a shot at the championship after winning it. I didn't, even though I beat the current champion at the time, but that's neither here nor there. I'm here to say that there are less than 30 men in the history of humanity that have the ability to say that they won the King of the Ring tournament, and I am one of them. So to everybody, once again, you are welcome, especially to the golden child, Cody Rhodes, because we all know that he needed another reason to get back in line to fight for that title. He couldn't have done that any other way. Nobody else could have used that spot more than him. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the fact that this Monday night on Netflix, your boys, The New Day, are being forced by Adam Pearce to defend our tag team championships against a team that they're not even number one contenders. The Judgment Day? By my last count, any modern English language dictionary has over 171,000 words available in it. And since the birth of the English language, there's been over 1 million words that have come in and out of usage in this language, and they are so uncreative that they had to use a piece of our name in their name just to get a look on TV. Wow, guys. Then they went on to become the least exclusive group in the history of modern wrestling, next to the LWO. And don't get me wrong, these guys are incredible talents. I assume they were going up against Finn and JD. JD, an incredible athlete, an incredible talent with a long career in front of him. But let's be honest, he's got lungs made of glass. That's not going to help him on Monday. And Finn Balor, another incredible talent, the first ever Universal Champion, but also the guy who I beat in singles competition to become King of the Ring. So we're not saying that these guys aren't a great team. They are incredible. They just have not earned this opportunity. And because of that, they're getting this match with us too early. And that means that we are going to have to kill their confidence. When we stomp them into the ground and we walk out with these titles, that's going to destroy their confidence. And we're going to lose another team in this Raw Tag Team division. We don't want to do that. We're here to cultivate. But unfortunately, because of Adam Pearce, now we have to go and put the Judgment Day down, which will honestly give them more opportunities to argue about which girl is bringing them chicken tenders this week. So when you hear "and still," your WWE World Tag Team Champions, you can be thankful. Matter of fact, you can get down on your knees, raise your hands to the sky, and scream out in unison, "Thank God for the new day." Happy Night of Champions.
On Wrestling Observer Radio, it was explained that seeds were planted for Randy Orton to turn heel during his King of the Ring finals match against Cody Rhodes at Night of Champions, as Brian Alvarez said this: "Well, yeah, Randy undoes the top turnbuckle. They fought over it. Randy tried the RKO, Cody shoved him into the exposed buckle, hit a crossroads, and got the win. Aldis and Pierce get in the ring. They give Cody the crown. Byron interviews Cody, and as he's thanking Randy, they cut to Randy in the aisle, and Randy is sneering. He is not happy. Cody said, 'This guy's a future Hall of Famer. It's not his last stop here in Saudi Arabia. Give this guy a hand,' he says, and then Randy kind of slinks off. Dave Meltzer then said, 'Obviously, they're setting up Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton for a bigger match with Randy Orton as a heel. I could even see Randy Orton cost Cody the match with Cena if they want to keep Cena as champion for a couple more months.' It was very well done. Like, not overdone to the point of fake. Just enough to where it's there. The seeds are planted. Liked it." Following Following Sami Zayn's victory over Karrion Kross at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia over the weekend, Triple H congratulated Sami, writing, "Overcoming adversity. Sami Zayn is one of the best in the business." This led to many fans responding angrily due to Kross losing, as the star has been getting bigger reactions on the shows. Here are some of the replies to Triple H. Overcoming what adversity? The Sami Hogan push needs to be studied. Kross deserved that win. Just because it's Saudi doesn't mean Sami needed the win. Bald fraud. Nobody wanted this. Making Sami a big underdog when Kross hasn't won a match on Raw, SmackDown, major events since July 29th, 2024 is insane to me. Triple H can't cook anymore. Thank you for letting Kross lose tonight. Let's hope this story isn't over as Kross is breaking Sami mentally. Overcoming adversity. Everyone knew you weren't gonna give it to Kross. You had an opportunity establishing Kross there, but as expected, typical robotic booking. Yeah, alright man, what happened to the game I love? We knew the finish in advance just because. But hopefully Karrion will be a regular feature here go forward. I didn't realize the person with as many wins outside of WWE as televised matches represented adversity. A horrible decision, really. Push Kross, stop being a fraud. I hope you get something for Kross, if not, just don't cut him off last minute. Would not be fair. WTF was that? Seriously. So does that mean that you and WWE share his support for terrorist groups and anti-Semitism? Or just don't care about it? Booking all your favorites tonight, you bald fraud. He's been overcoming adversity for the past 2 to 3 years. When will he stop being booked as this underdog when you have him win matches he didn't need to win? Kross should have won. So Jay gets put in a headlock and gets one arm raised and fall before losing, but Sami gets 2 and an arm up, then takes a couple big hits and wins with the kick. Okay, Kross deserves better. This man always overcoming adversity. Every match is adversity to Sami. It's kind of weird that y'all are burying fan favorites like Kross. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.